Welcome to La Vida Rosa. I'm your host Pinky, and today I will be reviewing Married at First Sight. So if you'd like to see more, then just stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this video. I literally just did another video before this one. That's why I'm all dolled up. I just wanted to go ahead and knock this Married at First Sight review out. I know in the beginning of this season, everybody was kind of bored by the honeymoon trip. But this episode, even though this was like the 1 month anniversary episode, they're trying to stretch this out to be an hour and 30 minutes when an hour would have been good enough. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Matt and Amber for once. Like I said, this is their 1 month anniversary. So we open this episode and Amber is cooking him dinner. And I'm just like, y'all, I'm trying to not be so biased. I'm trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But I legitimately do not like Matt at this point. After that last episode and his explanation and his lack of apology and just his whole lackadaisical attitude when it comes to Amber's feelings has truly made me dislike him for her, because I feel like she deserves better than that. Every time I see him pop up on screen, I'm like giving him the side eye, like, And I'm low-key cringing because it just feels like he's saying what he knows he needs to say and not genuinely feeling those emotions. Like, whenever she came out in her dress, you know, she was looking good in her dress. Amber has like a nice body or whatever, so the dress looked cute. In his confessional, it's like he gave the most generic description of how she looked. She's a beautiful woman. Pretty dress. Pretty color on her. He never looks or sounds like he means what he's saying. He says that he's struggling with commitment. He's used to being single. I think everybody on this show is used to being single. Like, everybody. Most people that signed up for this show have been single for a while. And so everybody is, I don't know, I feel like that's not really a good excuse. Like, most people on this show, you know, has been single for a while and, you know what I'm saying, are not struggling as bad as Matt is to commit. So for their anniversary, they went out to eat. They watched a video of their wedding, and he also wrote her a song and sang it. And Matt can't sing that good. He alright. Did y'all think he could sing? It just didn't really. Maybe, you know, this could be my dislike for him talking, but his voice didn't sound smooth or like pleasing to my ears. So I was just like, oh, I mean, I guess the song was nice. I think Amber is holding on to the idea that she has of Matt, of who she thinks Matt is. And I feel like a lot of times we do that. Like, when we come across someone that we're genuinely physically attracted to, and just like, you know, we come up with all these ideas of who the person is based off a little bit of facts, when really that's just like 10% of reality, if that. So I kind of feel like she's in the quote-unquote honeymoon stage, and I would hate for her to be there by herself. So let's move on to Jamie and Elizabeth's toxic relationship. Whew. I thought I was tired last week. I was wore out. Like, they wore me out once again. And I have to say, it's more on Jamie than it is on Elizabeth. I know a lot of y'all probably not going to agree with me and think it's both of them. And it is both of them in a way, but it's more on Jamie. He is so insecure. Also, I feel like he thrives in dysfunction in a way, because he likes the craziness of Elizabeth in some aspects, but then in others he doesn't want to accept it. And I'm just like, if you like it, we need to be all in on this crazy. Now, you can't just only like some of her crazy aspects and don't like the other ones, because we know she's loopy, and you said you liked that about her. I can't believe they sat up there and drank that water that has been sitting out all night. She even drew attention to the fact that there was like little particles in it, and they still drank. I did not. So for their 1 month anniversary, Jamie went all out. They went back to the place where they first got married. They reenacted the wedding. He got her a heart necklace for their anniversary, which is basically the generic gift that everybody gets apparently on this show. But anyway, it was nice nonetheless. She loved it. And if she said, you just get me, if she said that one more time, all that conflict y'all had, he don't get you, girl, and you know it. If she says, you get me, one more time, I couldn't take it, because he don't get you. He doesn't. Because like right after that, they go look at their wedding pictures, which were beautiful, and Elizabeth just happened to be commenting on how good she looked in these pictures. And yes, it's a little selfish, but what I want you to understand, Jamie, is that women are trained from birth to have this big, beautiful dream wedding. We're conditioned to view our wedding day as like the biggest day of our entire lives. I don't hold the wedding day to such a high regard as some other people would. Do you know how much goes into picking a wedding dress, picking the right hair, the makeup, and just what all goes into that? It's a lot. So while it might have been a little selfish of her to just keep going on about how she looked good and how her makeup and hair turned out, I didn't see a problem with that. Like, you should have been joining in with her. Like, yeah, you were bad. Like, you look good. Like, however he would say it. And, like, you should have really been joining in. You probably should even turn around. Well, you know, I was looking good in my tux, too. You know what I'm saying? You really could have. It could have been, like, a very playful banter. But instead, you wanted to take it to heart and get your feelings hurt. That's why I feel like he's insecure, because she was looking at herself, that means she don't care about y'all relationship. But needless to say, he was mad. And he didn't express it right then and there on camera. He waited until they got home to go off on her. I feel like that was so calculated of him to wait until the cameras left. But he didn't realize they had some surveillance cameras up there and audio of you calling your wife the C word. The word that I don't even, how you call your wife that? I feel like that's a word that just shouldn't be said. For you to call your wife materialistic expletive, that was like the most trash thing you could have ever done. And honestly, I would have kicked him out. He wouldn't have had time to get his stuff. I would have kicked him out. Either we finna get to fighting, or you getting up out this house. One, you ain't finna call me out my name to that degree and stay in this house. Both of them together is so toxic. She was crying and bawling her eyes out. He wants a divorce. And I just really think neither one of them get it. Like, I don't think either one of them are ready to be in a relationship. Even though I'm more so on Elizabeth's side, I feel like both of them need to do extensive work on themselves before they could be married to anybody, because child, I cannot. Okay. I won't. Dianna and Greg. And let me just say, Dianna's hair was so cute this episode. I love that. I don't know if that's her real hair or not, but it's just, that was too cute. This episode, they met with Pastor Cal. And they were just telling him about they're working on their intimacy, and they are taking steps moving forward. And Pastor Cal asked, was Dianna in love with Greg? And she's basically like, you know, he in love with me, but I don't know if I'm there yet. And he was like, he thinks she's in love with him. And I'm just like, I don't know, possibly. And he said something interesting that struck me. He was like, sometimes people fall in love and don't even realize it. And when they do, they're scared to admit it. And OMG, if that's not me. OMG, that has happened to me. Did y'all hear my mama? I've experienced love twice in my life, and both times I was too scared to admit. She's also scared to go deeper because she's fearful that he won't like who she truly is. And Pastor Cal was just basically like, he's done the work on himself. He's been to therapy. He said that in a past episode. And he doesn't feel like Greg is going to hurt her feelings. And it was just like such a sweet moment. Like, that moment was just so sweet, because I think that's like something we're all scared of. We're all scared that we're gonna put it all out there and be all in, and that other person is not gonna reciprocate. But Greg is just ready. Greg is ready for this relationship, and he's just waiting on Dianna to just let him in. It was just so sweet. So for their month anniversary, they decided to go out to eat, and they tried octopus. And it was cute because this is not the first time Greg has stepped out of his comfort zone to try something different with Dianna. And while he probably did not enjoy that octopus, it was like really choking him to eat it, but it was just so cool that he was willing to try, and Dianna loved that he was, you know, willing to do it. And also he loved the fact that she pushes him out of his comfort zone, and he's always wanted a wife so he could try things with her. So, you know, that was a cute moment. So Greg, not to be outdone by Jamie, he definitely showed out as well. He had the whole room decked out, rose petals, candles, a nice little bubble bath, the perfect romantic scene. And it was kind of weird because they hopped right into bed. Like, I know y'all just threw your pajamas on and hopped into bed for that scene, and y'all enjoyed the room after the cameras left, because that didn't even make sense that y'all hopped right into bed in pajamas after that. Finally, I'm going to talk about Keith and Iris. This episode, Keith went to meet up with one of his friends who was kind of cute too. I'm like, Keith, you got some cute friends. Set them out if they're available. He revealed that Iris is a virgin. And the friend was very shocked and like, well, how are you dealing with this? And Keith basically said he would hate to take Iris's virginity and their relationship not work out. And I could see that. Keith is going through a serious test with Iris. And the next scene is with Iris and her mom. She was just saying how all of a sudden it seems like her virginity is like a problem. When, first of all, I don't think it's like all of a sudden. Y'all haven't even been together for that long. It's only been a month. And I don't know what Iris could possibly be thinking. Men are going to want to consummate their marriage with their wife. That's just something that is always going to be a glaring thing in your marriage. I hate the fact that her virginity is pushed to the forefront, and that's mainly what we're talking about, but I feel like y'all really kind of don't have no storyline outside of that. So I feel like that's what we're focusing on at this moment, because everything else with y'all seem to be good. And her mom was basically saying what I was saying last week. You know, Iris, you've been holding on to this virginity for a long time, but now you're married. So it's okay to let go with the flow. And she used the analogy of go ahead and jump off that diving board. And I feel like all of us are just like, Iris, it's okay to jump.
Clearly, this is Iris's decision. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like push her to do something she's uncomfortable with, but Iris claims to have prior experience. So I don't know, I just think that she should go with the flow like her mom was saying.
So for their anniversary, they went horseback riding, which is like, oh, that's cute for y'all. I hope whoever I'm with know I don't want to do nothing like that. I don't like to be on horses. I'm kind of like, it's not that I'm scared of horses, but you just never know, that horse could take off. Some kids just snap in their horse head and just be like, boom, take me with it, or throw me off of it and break my neck. I don't trust animals like that. And I know that's going to sound harsh because a lot of people are animal lovers, but that's just not me. Don't judge me for it. That's just how I feel. I thought it was interesting when they were talking about seeing marriages. Keith's parents have been married for a very long time, so he knows what a good marriage looks like, and his mom and dad are friends, and so he wants to make sure that he has a friendship in his marriage because he knows that's one of the keys to making it last. But Iris said her parents divorced when she was like 4, so she never really got to see marriage up close, and I totally relate to that. That's like a revelation I had within the past couple of years. I don't even know what a marriage truly looks like up close. I didn't live in a house with people who were married. Granted, I go to church with people who have been married for like 10, 20, 30 years. So I know it can exist. I know it can work. I know a good marriage can last. I do have like that concept in my mind, but I don't have, like, I don't know what a day-to-day marriage looks like. And so that is kind of scary when I think about it. Like, I don't know what it is to be a wife necessarily. So I think Iris might be a little bit fearful in that area as well. And so for their gifts, Keith gave Iris a heart necklace. Once again, just seems like that's just, is that the go-to gift for men? Because I've gotten a couple of heart necklaces in my lifetime. But Iris loved it. Iris did love it. So I can't even hate on the necklace. She really loved it. Her gift that she gave him was so thoughtful. She got him like a collection of vinyl albums, and apparently he collects them and he really loves music. And he was so appreciative of those vinyls. I was just like, Iris, good job. Like, I really can appreciate a good, thoughtful gift. Those tend to be the best gifts in my eyes. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money, but if you put a whole lot of thought into something and you gave me something that is genuinely from your heart, it's something that you know I would genuinely love, those are the best gifts. That's why I try not to be too hard on Iris, because I feel like she really, really is a good woman. And so I think she just needs to grow up in certain areas, but I feel like it's going to take some time, a little growing pains. But when she gets there, it's just going to be amazing. I think that's why Keith is really trying to be patient and hold on and like give her the benefit of the doubt in so many areas, because, you know, he knows she's a good woman, and this could be something that actually stands the test of time. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.